So here we go. All right, so I heard the ding. I see the yellow live, and we are live tonight. Welcome, everybody, for coming. You see me and my friend Linda here. We are both members of the Victory Tribe, and we're hosting the Hangout tonight. Exciting, fun stuff. The topic of tonight is the real secret your company leaders won't tell you about getting leads and sales. And what we're talking about is we're talking about creating content. Creating content is what drives people to know, like, and trust you. If you're not creating content, if you're not leading with value and education, then you're not giving people anything in exchange for the product that you want them to buy. So you absolutely have to be leading with content in any of your in any of your posts, any of your social media posts, when you lead people back to your blog. By the way, if you don't have a blog yet and you see the button right below us, tonight we're going to be talking a lot about how to write content on social media that leads back to your blog, which is your website, your home on the internet. And that is where you want to be driving everybody from social media, from the internet. You want to be driving them back to your blog, your home on the internet. So if you're watching this tonight and you don't have a blog yet, you need to click that button that says start the 21-day challenge right now. Go ahead, activate your blog, and then you'll understand exactly what we're talking about. My name is Meredith Dale. I'm going to tell you my quick story, then we'll let Linda tell her story. And Melinda just joined us. Hi, Melinda. So happy to have you. And we should have one other panel member, Stephen, when he joins us. So I'm going to tell you my story real quick. Linda and Melinda will tell you theirs, and then we'll jump right into the training for tonight. So again, my name is Meredith Dale, and I started in direct sales with a health and wellness company, and I was doing the mistake that 98% of direct sales reps and distributors are doing. What I was doing was I was finding a picture of one of my products, I was posting it to social media, giving a quick blurb about it, and then posting my affiliate link, hoping people would buy. Well, you know the result of that because I'm sure that you've experienced it. The result of that is absolutely no one bought my product. No one. I didn't get a lead. I didn't get a sale. I didn't get a shout out. I didn't get a follow. It was horrible. It was so sad. Luckily, I found my mentor, Lisa Torres, who normally hosts this coaching call, and she taught me a better way. And the way she taught me is to drive sales with content. That's exactly what I started doing. I started leading with value first, giving away freebies, so much value and education that if someone didn't buy from me at all, never talk to me again, they could still go and use that education and content in their daily lives. When I started giving away so much value through my content and leading everyone back to my blog, the sales, my team member duplication just went through the roof. So I absolutely know what I'm talking about. I live it. I do it. I've been in the trenches. I've been where you are. And that's what gives me and the panel members the ability to talk tonight and to teach you about how content is going to drive your sales. That's my blurb, and I'll pass it over to Linda. Are you ready?
Then I guess.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And I have a very similar story, and I actually have been in this kind of industry, direct sales, multi-level marketing business for quite a while, off and on, in addition to jobs, so that I could, try to make a little bit more money than what I was making at my traditional job, and then sometimes full-time. And I really struggled with, when I decided to get back in it, my whole story was that I was working full-time. I really loved my job, but it wasn't a really high-paying job. And so I wanted to find something that I could do that I didn't have to go out of the home to do. I wanted some kind of network marketing business or direct sales business that I didn't really, have to leave the home to do a home show or go to hotel meetings. And then when I got in the company that I am in now, it was great because it was fully on the internet. It was digital products. There wasn't anything where I needed to go do, home shows or hotel meetings and everything, and it was great. But I didn't really, I didn't really get it. I was, in the same boat that Meredith was in, that you do just what you either are told, or you just kind of throw spaghetti on the wall and hope it sticks. And so I was just feeling like I was working hard, and I was spinning my wheels, and I wasn't really getting anywhere. And then I would get frustrated and I wouldn't work as hard. Well, of course, that's not going to help either. So it wasn't until I actually got in contact with Lisa, and she was like, "Oh, honey, you are doing all the wrong stuff," and basically taught me what Meredith was talking about, is that not only leading with content, what kind of content to talk about, where to kind of go to get content that you want to talk about, and I'll kind of get into that more as we go along the webinar. But I went from getting a couple of leads, maybe a week or a month, to now I'm getting, my highest, I think I got almost 40 leads during one day. So I'm averaging somewhere around 20 to maybe 30, and then there was one day that was getting close to 40. But and so that's what I'm shooting for, is to get more consistent with 40 leads a day. And so that's what we're going to teach you, is obviously what we were floundering, and we were just spinning our wheels and not getting any success until our mentor taught us what to do, and we want to share that with you so that you don't spend all that time, energy, and money to keep floundering and not getting the success. We want you to succeed. So, hopefully you'll enjoy the content we're going to share with you, and I'm going to pass it over to Melinda.
Hey, everybody. Can you guys hear me? I know last time I was muted.
You're good, Melinda. We can hear you.
Okay. Hey, my name is Melinda Caldwell, and I started off, I just had a baby, 19 years old. I was on welfare, and I was a mess. And someone said you could make a bunch of money doing this MLM stuff, so I was like, okay. So I went to my first conference, got signed up, and they told me to just talk to everybody I knew, and I did, and I completely destroyed all of my warm market because they were just so sick and tired of me. So then I quit that one and got into 5 other ones, and I beat everybody to death. And now, well, back then, they wouldn't even answer the phone when they saw me, so calling. So I had to find a better way, and what really helped me was just getting mentors. I struggled, and I started to get mentors like Robert Brown and Lisa Torres and Big Strides House, and people who I could just I could just soak up their knowledge and just apply the things that they were doing. That's one of the things that I didn't do. I would just keep trying to learn and learn and learn and learn and learn, but I would never apply it. I would say, oh, I got to read another book. Oh, I got to watch another webinar. Oh, I got to buy another program. So my big thing in this industry was really finding mentors that really cared about me, really wanted to see me succeed, and I finally started generating lots of leads and sales, and just doing what they tell me to do. That's my story. Just do what they tell you to do.
All right. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you very much. And we have our last panelist just joined us. Stephen, are you there? Would you like to tell your story real quick and how creating content has helped you in your business?
Yes, sure. My name is Stephen Garcia. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. And a little background about myself. I've joined multiple internet marketing companies. I've always been, the type of person that didn't want to work for somebody else, and who wanted to have, their own business. So, of course, different I wanted to be a part of that, but, for probably over 5 years, I joined I went from different company to different company, uh, and during that time I would get maybe a few sales in this company, and then I'd listen. My sponsors at the time, their way of doing it was, oh, you need to build this list of so many people, and you need to constantly be calling that list. Well, that would work for my friends and family who cared about me, but past that, I couldn't get anybody to sign up. And, I'd always think that it was the company, but after, getting inside the group with y'all and seeing what y'all are doing, I now realize it wasn't the companies that I was in. It was I wasn't following the right process that needed to be taken in order to be successful. And, I just joined probably, I think it was November 29th, with the Victory Tribe, and since then, I've followed exactly what Meredith and Lisa and everybody inside the tribe told me, and within a month, I got more, or I accomplished more in that 1 month than I've accomplished in any of the 5 years of me joining all these other different companies. I actually now am starting to get leads. Right now I'm averaging about, I think around 30, 35 leads a day. So now I have people who are interested in what I have, instead of me going out and posting my affiliate link on Instagram, or, spamming people on Facebook. And I'm seeing a lot more success doing it, how y'all are teaching me, than what I've seen, trying to spam everybody.
Right? Because we all know that that does not work. So, and I'm sure that if you're watching this video, this training right now, you're here for a reason, because you've tried the spamming techniques on social media. You can hear from all four of us on this panel. We've all done it. We've all tried it, and it absolutely did not work for us. The way that does work is what we're going to teach you. So Stephen just talked about the social media aspect of creating content that is actually going to get you leads, and the leads that are going to generate sales. So I'm going to jump in with that. I have written up some notes that I'm going to read from. If anybody watching this call tonight would like those notes, I have done some scripts for you, some Facebook scripts, Twitter scripts, LinkedIn, and Google+. So if you want access to these scripts, go ahead and contact the person that got you here tonight, and they can get them from me, and then go ahead and pass them on to you. So some valuable content. Again, freebie. We want to educate you guys. This is what you need to be doing for your customers, and where you would always send them is you're always going to send everyone back to your blog. Again, we're going to be mentioning the blog, your home on the internet, a lot tonight. So if you don't have your blog already set up yet, you need to click that button to activate it. I believe it's on the right-hand side. Start the 21-day blogging challenge right now, so you can start leading everybody from social media, which is a very noisy, loud, confusing, and very attention-grabbing environment, and you always want to lead them back to your home on the internet, which is quiet. The only thing that they're going to get distracted by on your blog, on your website, you got it, they're going to get distracted by more of your products. They're going to be distracted by an upsell, a cross-sell, a video that you did. It's the perfect place to lead them back. You absolutely cannot make sales on social media. What you can do is you can get in the front door. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Then Linda's going to jump on and talk about how to make the content on your blog so that you can then get into their lives, okay? So here we go. So how to start getting into people's life story. Private messaging and asking for friend requests, it's getting really old on Facebook. Obviously, we're all still doing it because there's people we want to be friends with, but the private messaging, spamming people that you absolutely don't know, is going to generate you nothing. People care about themselves, and when you're messaging them out of the blue, asking them how they're doing, but then you immediately launch into your product sales pitch, you've lost them forever. I've had multiple people do it to me, and of course I coach people how not to do that. So when it happens to me, obviously they've lost me forever, because and I can tell them what to do differently, but they need to learn how to create content. That's what we're going to do tonight. So before we go any further into how to get into people's life story where they know, like, and trust you, which generates sales, they need to get to know you well enough on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Google+, to visit your website, your blog, to watch your videos on your blog, and then they're going to buy from you. But you need to learn how to knock on the door in an appropriate and not a scammy, sleazy, amateur sort of way. So let's look at the big dog first here, and that's going to be Facebook. It's incredibly easy to get it all wrong. So many people are creeping all over Facebook, and the stranger danger element is in full force. Everyone is wary of strangers on the internet. So I have a useful connection script for you that you can use, and it's just making a connection. All right? You do not want to slam them with your product. You want to make the connection where you can then start introducing your content. On your Facebook suggestions, so on the right side of your homepage, immediately below the section labeled requests, there are going to be people listed with labels like 20 mutual friends, 31 mutual friends, etc. Now, you might be able to connect with these people, but they still don't know you, right? You just have mutual friends. And unless they're absolutely desperate for friends, chances are good that they're just going to delete your request and move on. Therefore, what you can do, a very fun and approachable script to get yourself in the front door of these people's lives, is to drop a personal note about who you are. So after you click Add as Friend, click the link in the dialog box that says Add a Personal Message. And this is the script I want you to use. Again, get back with the person who got you here if you would like access to these scripts. I have them all written out for you. So after you click Add as Friend, add a personal message, and you would just say, say the person's name is John. John, wow, we have 20 mutual friends. It would be fun to connect simply so we can talk about all these amazing people. John's going to think, wow, that's really amazing. I would like to do that with this person. So he's going to accept your friend request, and that gets you in the front door. From there, he's going to start following your timeline, reading all about your content, which I'm going to get into in just a second. LinkedIn. So the people, there we go. People care about themselves on LinkedIn. They're trying to make connections for themselves, and they want people to connect with them who are going to increase their own value in some way. The standard LinkedIn connection invite right now is, I'd like to add you to my professional network on LinkedIn. It's not good. Why do I not want, why would I want to be in your professional network if I don't even know you? I've had multiple people send me this, and I don't know the person, so I wouldn't want to be in their professional network because I don't know them. LinkedIn is a huge social media spot right now, but you have to understand a good script on how to get in the front door with people. So I want you to use this LinkedIn script. Switch from focus to benefit, add more value, and then you have to prevent the person from clicking the I don't know them button, because LinkedIn is going to penalize you for every person that clicks the I don't know them button. So here is the script that I'd like you to use, and it goes like this. I'd like to put you on my professional network of LinkedIn at your disposal. After we connect, if there's someone to whom you'd like a personal introduction, just let me know. But if you prefer not to contact at this time, just go ahead and archive this message now. Thanks in advance. So it tells them to just archive the message. They don't even need to bother clicking the I don't know them button. They can always contact you later. So then you're not getting penalized, but you're getting at least an opportunity to talk to them at their front door. Remember, you're in direct sales, and if we didn't have the internet, you'd be doing the home parties. Well, you might still be doing it, but if you're anything like me, They don't work for me. So instead of going door-to-door sales, we have to learn how to appropriately knock on the front door of social media sites. Twitter's a great one. Twitter is a world into itself. People who use Twitter, they are a different breed than everybody else. They're fast, they're furious, and they're short. Micro information, right? Twitter users have their own rules, and they hate direct messengers. I've done a lot of research on this, and they absolutely hate automatic direct messaging. So don't use it. People who use Twitter identify other people who use the direct messaging as spammers and amateur sales distributors, amateur direct sales distributors. So avoid using that. Here's your Twitter script. The engagement is, that you want to, you want to engage with them first. You want to do some clever tweets and retweet others, but that's only going to go so far. You're going to want to share your blog posts, share your short ideas, and retweets of cool thoughts and links, but you can only do this for a short amount of time. How you are absolutely going to build a relationship on Twitter and what people respond to is by you following, admiring, or resonating with them. So you can use public @so-and-so messages to connect with them and thank them for an idea. Here's your script. I'm going to use my name, @mdale, awesome ideas on your blog about those social media scripts. Thanks. What this does is that little script is going to let other people see that you're promoting them. And it's the law of reciprocity. People are going to reciprocate to you. And when they reciprocate, they're going to respond to your ideas, they're going to retweet you, and they're going to promote you. Twitter has a hashtag Follow Friday. They'll probably reciprocate the love you've given them by retweeting and following you. And then the very last thing that I want you to change tonight to lead with your content is you need to change your email signature. So right now people might have, Meredith D, what my profession is, what my email is, what my phone number is, and then I can say, subscribe to my blog, go ahead, check out my articles, and you can watch my videos there as well. This doesn't tell them anything. I want you to use a new email script, and you can get it from whoever sent you here tonight. You can modify this for your own use, but what I have down is my tagline would be helping people feel better, do better, and get more out of life. More money, more freedom, bigger dreams. 3 resources you can grab right now. Boom, loads of content right there in the bottom of my email that they can grab right now, and of course you're going to have links to it when they click on it. They can get my free resource for the smart, motivated, and alive person. They can follow me on Twitter to get cool ideas on my XYZ product, and then I have my Twitter handle. And they can connect with me on Facebook so that they can tap into even more of my value and education, and then I have my Facebook link there, or another one is connect with me on LinkedIn so you can tap into my connections, and then you have your LinkedIn handle right there. You're always going to appeal to value, appeal to ego, and make it worthwhile for people to click on your links, follow you on social media, and to join in your tribe, in your business. Again, we've mentioned blog a lot. If you don't have one, please go ahead and click the button. So I'm not going to get too deep into the content scripts. Please, you can get these for your own use. Just contact whoever got you here tonight. But on Facebook, I want you to share tips, post the most interesting facts related to your content, engage, of course, stay positive, host a timeline contest. People love these. And I highly suggest that you don't just ask them to repost your direct sales business. Have a fun contest. Have a fun Facebook timeline contest. And make the images mobile friendly. I've got a script that goes along with all of these suggestions, but I want to make sure we get to all of our panelists tonight. Twitter, you need to use action words. You need to ask them to download your freebie. On any social media site you have, you need to have a freebie out there, and tell people to download it. They need to get your content to where they start forming in their mind, this person cares so much about me, he or she just wants to give me free information. Of course I'm going to keep coming back to them. What that does is it attaches you inside of their lifestyle. The number one money-making activity you can start doing tonight is to create a bunch of freebies and post them everywhere on social media. You need to use at least one of the 20 most retweetable words and phrases. There's a list here that I will be able to give you, or whoever else can give you. Google Plus, you need to use bold headings, use hashtags, include an image, video. Google loves Google Plus. So if you have a video on Google Plus, chances are high that they're also going to rank your blog when you use the right keywords and the right format, which we teach you inside of the Victory Tribe how to do with your blog. When you have a Google Plus video on there as well, of course Google's going to want to syndicate its own material. So make sure you use Google Plus. And then make sure you 1+ people in your posts. So, you know, for example, you'd say, thanks to +1 Meredith Dale for all this valuable content. And then LinkedIn, you're going to want to do topics, share breaking news in your industry, calls to action, links, images, and then analyze your engagement. All of these scripts are available. I know I've said that about 1,000,000 times now. I just want to let you know that you can get back to Linda, Melinda, or Stephen to get all of these scripts. And this is the way on social media you're going to be able to get in the door, to at least get them to trust you a little bit to where they go back to your blog and start getting massive content. On that note, I want Linda to go ahead and talk to us about what content she puts on her blog. Then we'll get Melinda's feed and we'll get Stephen's feedback about what they put on their blog and how they've been able to gain so many leads and sales from content. Linda, are you there?
Awesome. I am here, but do you just see my picture?
Yep, I just see your picture.
Okay, I stopped the camera because there was some family stuff going on, and when I clicked it back on, the little light says my camera's on, but I just see my picture. Yeah. So I apologize for that, but you know, it's a nice picture of me. So.
It is. And you might pop on here in a second. We know yeah. Technology is always a little funny.
Oh yeah, technology is sometimes not my friend. Okay, so I'm kind of talking about, I'm going to continue where Meredith left off. She's kind of talking about when we talk about this whole system that really helped all of us start to create the kind of success we wanted to see in our businesses. We kind of view the blog site as your house. That is where you display things you want people to come into your house to see. And what she was describing, all the social media, is that's your front door. That's how people are going to find out where your house is. And so they're going to see, you know, little signs and little helpful tips on all social media sites. And that's all going to lead back to your house, which is your blog. So basically, I'm going to talk about, well, what do you do once they're in your house? Well, you welcome them in, and they're going to want to. They want to be. It's like going to a party, especially if you don't know a lot of the people at the party. You want it to be fun. You know, if there's a whole bunch of friends there, you know, that's pretty easy. But if it's a lot of people that, you know, if you've ever been to one of those parties where there's a couple people from the couple who's hosting it, there's a couple people from work, and there's a couple people from, maybe from the gym where they go, and some people from church, and, you know, just kind of all a myriad of different types of people, you know, they aren't necessarily just going to go just have fun. So you want to show them a good time while they're there, and they are there for information. So yes, you want to make it fun, like I talked about. That's going to keep them coming back. So be yourself. Don't feel like you have to be like IBM or something like that, because when I think of IBM, you know, it's a great company and everything, but I think of very like I don't want to use the phrase stuffed shirt, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. It's very button up with a tie and everything. And if that's not you, don't be that. Be your authentic self. If you like to crack jokes in your content. It does not, yes, it has to be professional, but it doesn't have to be dot every I and cross every T like, being a lawyer or something like that. And the kind of things you want to do is you want to talk about you want to talk about your story, you want to talk about maybe some successful people that are in your upline and their story. But when you're talking about yourself, either whether you're introducing yourself or maybe you're talking about what happened when you used your product, that's you don't want to talk about how wonderful you are. You want them to resonate with you. And if you get a little too cocky, just like at a party when someone's too cocky and they're kind of arrogant and like that guy's a jerk and they don't want to be around you. So what you want to do is resonate with your audience, and you want them to think, wow, I went through the same thing they did and they found a solution. Just like we're showing you struggles with business. Well, if you're in the health shake business, you want to talk about how it helps you lose 30 pounds or lose that 10 pounds that you've been struggling with for years, or maybe you lost over 100 pounds. You want to talk about those kinds of things so that they resonate with you. And then not just you, but you might want to talk about another success story, going back to the health shake, or like the body wraps companies that are all about health and weight loss, is that you might want to talk about someone else's successes and not just your own. The other thing that I when I'm teaching about content is that make it you don't want to talk about the same things all the time, or it's going to get boring. And so you don't want to, and this is the same on social media sites. If you're on Facebook or you're on Instagram, you don't want every single picture to be a before and after. I am so sick of before and after pictures, I could just scream. Now, results are very important. Yes, every once in a while, you should post a before and after success story. But if it's day after day after day, what that's all you're showing is a before and after, a before and after. This is my hair at this point, and 2 weeks later, this is how long my hair is here. If you keep doing that, people are gonna, it's like driving to work. When you drive to work and you do it every day and every day and every day, sometimes you get to work and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember driving to work because your brain's on autopilot. Same thing. You don't want your customers or your prospects to be on autopilot where they see the same thing that you're putting out there all the time. They're just going to drive by just like they drive to work on autopilot. And so you want to have a variety of things. And do your research. If you're doing a health shake, you might want to pick some of the ingredients out that are in that health shake and talk about why that ingredient is in there and why it's so good for you and what it's going to do for you. And maybe have a success story like, because of this person's blood pressure went down or something like that. And but I do want to go back to, posting the same things. The only time I would say that you can do that is it does really work when you're doing a series. Like if you're maybe you're going to take the week and you're going to talk about a book that you've just read, a personal development book or something, and you're gonna each day maybe talk about a different part of the book. Now that's different. That's kind of a sequence of posts, and that's going to keep people coming back, because if they like the first post and you say, come back to see tomorrow because I'm going to talk about where this author taught me this and this and this, they're going to come back to you for those kinds of things. So when you're using content, you obviously want it to be valuable. You want it to be good information about you and what you're all about, why you got into this industry and this particular company, what your life is like, what you want to do with your success with this business, and how you want to help other people. And then you want to talk about things that they've gone through. When you're talking about selling the product, you obviously want to, like I said before, talk about your success, that you've lost weight, or your blood pressure went down, or whatever the case may be, for you and as other people as well. And then in the business aspect of it, Meredith talks a lot about her story because she did not want to continue to take her son to daycare. And, the teacher had to talk to her about, you can't just sit and cry out in front of the daycare, because he watches you and it makes him upset that you're still there and you're crying. So she decided she was going to stay home. She wanted to do a direct sales. She was floundering and not getting results until she got into our tribe, and then that's when she started getting results. Moms who want to be home with their kids, or moms who decided that they were just going to do it and jump both feet into a multi-level marketing or direct sales, are going to resonate with Meredith, because that's what her story is, and she's starting to go through that struggle. She's on the other side of the struggle. She found the answer to her issue. So not only the product that's solving the problem, but the business may solve a problem. So you want to talk about things that are going to help them resonate with you. Be fun, be informative, have variation in your posts. And if you don't know what to talk about, just start looking on Facebook and look at your upline leaders, what kind of posts do they put on their Facebook. And even if they don't blog, which a lot of them do, and I'm talking about people that are in other direct sales businesses than what we are in, because that's what we talk about is blogging. But if you're, say if you sell unique, and so, you go to your leaders' Facebook pages, see what they're talking about. And obviously now you know what not to keep duplicating, so find out what they're doing that you're not doing that sounds interesting, like how to turn day makeup into night makeup, all that kind of stuff. And just be yourself. I cannot stress that more. Be yourself, because people are going to resonate with you if you are authentic and genuine. You smile, you make them laugh, and they will like you. They'll keep coming back. They'll see the value that you're getting, and that's how you're going to get loyal customers, loyal business partners, and see success in your business.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, oh, there I am. Thank you so much, Linda. It's absolutely the truth. If you get into the front door on social media and you bring them back to your blog, and you're doing exactly what Linda just talked about leading with your story, everything, all the tips she just said. I mean, she just said turn my day makeup into night makeup. I'm like, wow, how do I do that? Linda, you got a freebie in there that I can grab real quick? But it's
See your local unique representative.
Right. So I want to shoot it over to Melinda, and let's see how she uses, and Stephen, jump in too. Let's see how you guys use content on your blogs that has changed your business, that has generated sales and leads.
Well, I love when, Meredith, you were talking about the freebies, because when you get into the Victory Tribe tonight, you're going to have access to house keyword research and all this stuff. And so when you learn how to find keywords and find out what people are looking for, you can actually generate freebies around those keywords. I'll give you a good example. Like, I was looking at different keywords, and I noticed that people are always looking up PDFs for, like, Think and Grow Rich, or Rich Dad Poor Dad. And so the Think and Grow Rich PDF has a lot of people looking for that. So if you're new, it's not like you don't even have to create some of this stuff. You can actually just find the PDF, download it to Google Drive, and you can use that as a free download. I mean, I get a lot of people say, well, I don't know anything yet. How am I going to teach something? When you learn something, or you can just find something on the internet, don't change it, but keep it how it is, but you can use that as a freebie that they can opt in, and then they can give it away. I'll give you another example. I'm reading this book. It's called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Amazing book. Teaches you how to get up in the morning and do a routine. Life-changing. Well, he had this this download here, and it's called Bedtime Affirmations. So it's a PDF, and of course I'm blogging about my experience with Miracle Morning. Well, the Miracle Morning is actually a keyword too. But now I downloaded this to my Google Drive, and I'm going to give it away as a freebie in my blog post. So I try to find keywords, and I try to find out what people are looking for. And then if there's like a free PDF or something out there, I will use that to generate leads. Another thing I wanted to mention was with YouTube, I'm always trying to, if you in your mind, I just need to help people. Help. Create. You're going to do fine. With YouTube, I'll create a video, and it'll be a very short video, and I'll tell them when you go to my blog post, maybe I'll give them a couple tips. I'll say, if you want to get the rest of the tips, you can click the link below this video. I'm going to give you, 5 more tips, and there's going to be an awesome blah, blah, blah that you can download right away. So I'm pulling them off of YouTube and getting them to my blog. I want them in my home. I want control of my house. You can do that. Another thing that I do with my content is, now people still, they're sleeping on Yahoo Answers. Yahoo Answers still ranks in the search engines. So I go to Yahoo Answers, and I'm looking for questions. People will ask questions in Yahoo Answers, and they'll say things like, I was talking to someone that just joined my company, and I was helping her. She's a unique rep, and we were trying to find just different makeup questions. And so we found people who wanted to know more information about primer, So you can click on the link, and maybe you had a blog post or some kind of content. Maybe you have like a free ebook that you created, and you can go to those answers and give a nice answer, and then say, if you want more information, you can go to my blog, and there you can download a free whatever. So Yahoo Answers, it's so great, because even if you answer a question from 5 years ago, people still have the same questions. They come in, they read all the answers, and you put a video in there, you put a blog post in there, but it all has to lead back to your blog. Another thing that I do with Facebook, I introduce myself, but I also go in with a freebie in mind. I love spammers. I mean, I love them. I go into those groups, and you just see them all there. And I will go in, and I know that when I send them a message, I know that they're just going to try to sell me. And so I go in and I say, hey, I see this is what you're doing on Facebook for marketing. Are you open to any other marketing solutions? Now, I have a freebie. I have a little training series. And guess what? It leads back to my blog. So who's not open to more options, for marketing or whatever product you sell? Always ask them, are you open to this? Are you open to that? And so they say, oh, sure, I'm always looking for other marketing options. Okay, would it be okay to send you the link or whatever? I always ask them, is it okay to send the link? Sure. And guess what? They go, they take that training, they're educated, and they always go back to my blog. So those are just a few of the things that I do. I look for freebies. I'm a busy mom. I don't have a lot of time to make a bunch of blog posts and then create my own ebooks and all this stuff. You can make it very, very simple. Even though they go online and find the stuff themselves, you can just take that stuff, create a quick opt-in box or something like that. You'll learn all about that in Victory Tribe. But you can get this stuff that somebody else created, and it was valuable to you, and they can get it from you right off of your blog. So that's what I wanted to share. But please, Yahoo Answers still works. So take your content to and now they also allow you to upload videos on Yahoo Answers, and they didn't allow that before.
All right, Melinda, I'm in love. Yahoo Answers. That sounds great. Stephen, how about you? What do you use?
Can I add just one thing before Steven starts?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because it has to do with Melinda. I actually wrote a couple of blogs that you can find. The new thing now is that I've seen with a couple of very popular authors is to give away their book, especially at the beginning, because they want people to talk about it, and they'll give it away for just the shipping. And so it's the same thing. If you do your homework, you know, and it's people like Tony Robbins and those types of people are now giving their whole book away.